We're in.
Welcome to the Fallen Giants podcast. Back again. Gonna do a slightly different video today. It's obviously me and Nick. We're gonna do some transfer talk. And the shocking turnout is due to Ollie and Allison. No shows
I was
once
literally
again.
just going to say, do you want to address the elephant in the room first,
Yeah.
at least? Yeah, because well, we haven't uploaded a video in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we said,
And we've been trying. We've been.
We went on such a good roll at the start. That's the thing. We were doing 2 a week. We had it all planned. I've got plans locked up, but to get the 4 of us together is a nightmare. To be honest, even 3 of us is hard enough as it is. To be honest,
And it's looking like you won't get the season review since the season finished 3 weeks ago.
The fixtures came out today. For fuck's sake, for the new season. No one gives a fuck about last season anymore.
I know. So that won't be coming, but that is due to not.
Do you know what? When we do the season preview, you'll probably get a lot of last season's frustrations coming to that one, to be honest, as well. This is like, for me, I feel like this is the most pivotal 2 months in the channel. This is like, because this is the time where there's no football going on. So this is the time to get in all our other ideas and show a bit more creativity into it as well. Like, because when the season starts, you do realize how hectic it's going to get. World Cup coming up as well. It is going to be non-stop. Watch-alongs, all sorts. I'm gassed. I'm excited for next season. You know, I'm proper gassed. But yeah, so this, you going to tell them what style of video we're going for this time?
Yeah, I suppose it'll be a slightly shorter video.
Well, we'll try
and try and get all the information into a shorter period, and it will be. I suppose we're going to sort of review the done deals of the summer so far.
Yeah, a fair few have been completed.
But when we talk about clubs, you'll obviously elaborate into who they could sign all together in a way.
Yeah. That's like there's a fair few that's already happened. We'll try and make this definitely a weekly thing because as the summer goes on, it'll be more and more deals are going to get secured. So yeah. All right. Well, I've got a whole shit heap of them on my phone here, so we may as well start off. I start with the big ones first, just because it's a nice way to start a video. Obviously, we all knew Haaland to City was done at least a month ago now. It got officially announced a couple of days ago. Yeah, I mean, is this going to be hard to top this summer as the biggest deal of the summer?
Yeah.
I don't think there will be a bigger deal. No. Can you think of a bigger deal? I just don't think
people will potentially see it as we may end up. Well, how much does this one cost though? Like, how's it all together?
Listen, that's fantastic. You pull that up. Every City fans are getting gassed. Some journalists are getting gassed that it costs 51 million.
Yeah, I know.
But they're not taking into account the agent fees, the image rights, things like that. I know every transfer has that, but I'm sorry, they did not sign it for 51 million. There's just no way. But officially on paper, it's going to look like that. That's the problem.
Yeah, because that's the initial fee.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I was about to say. That we may get I don't know if we are, but say even like £100 million player looks like the bigger, but we're talking about.
Well, imagine, for example, like a Declan Rice left for some, or like I don't know, even if Neymar randomly decided to leave PSG or something like that. But you're right. I think this will be it. So weirdly, it's only going to go down. We've kind of peaked at the start. Really, Haaland is the biggest deal of the summer.
Yeah.
And
to be honest, well, I can't really see it going wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say to you, it's just the most nailed on transfer of the summer also, in terms of how it's going to go. 2 seconds. Yeah.
It just doesn't look like I can't see. Obviously, they can take time to have their first season and players coming abroad and stuff like that. But you just think they'll have so much domination the way they play. He's just going to get chance after chance. So unless he goes through a period of Werner at Chelsea,
I don't see it.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. But you just think chance after chance, he could just be scoring.
Imagine what De Bruyne whips up for. Remember, Sterling scores a lot in this team. Yeah, imagine what Haaland's gonna. It's just.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't expect them to sign him because I thought they were going to go for a different style of signing. But it doesn't matter. It looks like the number 9s are coming back into fashion now with the Nunez. We'll get into the Nunez one as well.
Yeah.
So it is a real worry. It's a scary transfer. The best way to describe it, isn't it? It's a very scary transfer.
Because you was quite confident of full domination of City again without Haaland. So
they're just taking the piss now at this point. To be honest, like we've got to accept that this is just their era for the foreseeable future. This just is. We've been in it, and it's going to carry on as long as Pep's there. I just can't see this one go wrong. They create too many chances, and yeah, this is it, man. I mean, they've beaten everyone. I mean, he's the most bar Kylian Mbappe, he's the most sought after striker in the world.
Yeah.
So, bloody hell, it's just it's so demotivating to think about. But that's where they're at. That's what big clubs. That's what size of their club is right now. And I think they're gonna win a Champions League under him. I know it as well with Haaland there as well. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Haaland transfer sorted.
They get their business done, don't they? That's the thing.
Staying on City for a sec because I thought I'd do it club by club. There apparently it's going to happen once City are linked with someone. They normally get them straight away. They don't fuck about with their business. They're going to get Cucurella from Brighton as well. Yeah. Another good deal.
I think that regardless if it's him, they are looking at getting that left back sorted.
Yeah, because obviously Mendy, what happened with him. Zinchenko, he's decent, but he's not really a left back, to be honest. They've been playing him there. Obviously, you lot have been linked with him as well, but more as a midfield role than left.
When he's looked his best, it's been a midfield for the country, really.
Exactly. So left back, so they're looking at it looks like Cucurella's. I've seen the news drop today. I guarantee you they get it done in less than a week. They will, because City are not like our football clubs. They identify a target which they've been looking at and they get them.
Yeah.
They're a massive club, the biggest club in England right now. Like, not biggest, okay, but they're definitely the greatest team in England at the minute as well, and in Europe, to be honest. So, you think Cucurella would be a good deal for them as well? He's just going to slot in, isn't he?
Yeah.
It feels like a well-oiled.
He's machine. Young as well. People don't realise how young
23, 24. When the City make a signing, I know they've had some bad signings in the past, but of recent times, you just feel like they're going to seemingly slot in to the team, because it's such a well-oiled system that they've got, that it's not going to take a lot of time to settle in. But it does, to be fair. You look to the likes of Cancelo, Mahrez, even Rodri. It takes time for some of their players, even Grealish this season. It does take time for them to settle in, but because they've got so many stars around that, they can afford that time for them to settle in.
If they sign, do you know how much they're talking or not?
Or Cucurella, no. I think it might be between 30 to 50 million, but
maybe. So say they sign him,
yeah.
Who do you think? How do you think they're playing the fullbacks first team? I know he likes to swap around, but will it just be him at left back and?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Well, he's left-footed, so obviously Cancelo's right-footed, so they don't. He's great at left back, but I think they're thinking of the end of Walker's time. I think they're starting to ease him out of it. I'm not saying they'll rotate. You know what City are like? Pep always rotates as well. I think they'll try to transition back Cancelo to right back again.
Yeah, I agree.
His favourite position, and then because Walker, he's still a great player, but he's 32 or something now, so he's been toward the end of his career. But that's what's great about City. They
really
kind of
think about that.
They're proactive, aren't they, rather than reactive as well? So so that's.
But they signed that striker as well, didn't they?
Oh, sorry, great, Julian Alvarez. There was rumours that he was going to go on loan to another club. Marseille were linked with him, and even Barcelona were linked with him on loan. But City, Pep has said that he wants him in his plan, so he's going to be in and around.
Yeah.
I think it's one of them that. Because all the spotlights on Haaland, I think Alvarez might have a really good season, in his first season, because he's going to have a lot of free space. He's going to be a bit like, you see, Jesus is leaving. He's going to be the Jesus replacement.
Yeah, really. I agree.
And he'll chip in with a lot of important goals for them as well. And shit. And he could be when we do like a halfway review of the season, he could be one of the kind of under the radar signings of the summer. So,
he's definitely got a one to watch sort of feeling about him.
Do you remember we saw he scored?
He's going to play a lot of games. That's what people don't realise.
Yeah. City always go all the way in all
Pep rotates, but they're going to play every game possible. Pretty much.
We did see. Did you see that he scored 2 hat-tricks in one game a few weeks ago?
Yeah,
he scored 6, didn't he, in one game? I don't care if that's in Argentina. Any level, that's fucking worrying. That is at any professional level, that is a worry. So City are stacked in the up front. any outgoings? I know the only outgoings I know at City is obviously where is it?
Well,
Gundogan.
Jesus.
So Gundogan and
yeah.
Jesus are the two that are definitely leaving. Gundogan, is it the end of his deal, or has he still got a year left?
I thought it was the end of his deal, but
So you're joining a free somewhere or not?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't know if it was. I was confused before we started the video on that, or they just agreed that he's definitely getting sold.
Can find out quickly.
Yeah. Do you know who else City have sold, Chaz? Do you know Do you know the Irish goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu? You know the really good one for Ireland, the mixed race Donny, the one that played for Ireland a lot. They've sold him to Southampton for 12 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Southampton signed him because you obviously know they let go of Forster, so they needed to sign a goalkeeper. But he is a great goalkeeper.
Says his contract starts 23, so he must have a. Yeah.
So they're just going to sell him for cheap.
They're just going to sell him, yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're probably thinking in a year it's a free. So if we can get, I don't know what they're asking for, 20 million.
Before we end on City's talk, what a way to sign out! You literally got them title-winning goals and then dipped.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, unbelievable, man! Like just City are just relentless like that. But whether I think he's been mentioning it MLS, but it's very early for him to be mentioning it. But he's been talking about he wants to play in America.
Said on his name just there that Roma were linked.
They just signed Matic as well, Roma. So I don't know.
That would be a very random. I'd literally just typed his name in, so that'd be a very.
If he wants to go America, he has every right to go America now because he's done so well for City anyway. To be honest, so we'll see what happens with him.
If someone puts, I mean, if what's that LA team? If they put the money up.
Oh yeah, true. What about David Beckham's team into Miami as well?
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you know,
that's City sorted and wrapped up. Liverpool. We'll move on to their challengers. That's going to be the two. Again, they're going to go out again next season. They've obviously responded by signing Darwin Núñez from Benfica. What do you feel about this one? This is different to the Haaland one for me. This is different. Like this isn't as nailed on as Haaland.
I wouldn't say it's nailed on, but I do think it's like one of the perfect players I saw Klopp getting out there.
Really? What makes you say that though? What is it?
Like, I think he's a Liverpool player all over when I've seen him play.
All right, you say that, but I've not seen a proper number 9 play for Klopp yet since Klopp took charge. That's the thing. It's always been Firmino as that false 9, for example.
Yeah, I get that. Of course.
I mean, Jota, you can kind of argue, but what is it? You're talking about his work rate and things like that, aren't you?
Work rate, yeah. So I'm almost saying he almost plays like the wingers do. So if you just play 3 of them in a way.
The only thing with him, I don't rate him on a. You know what I'm like? I'm a footballing purist, yeah.
Yeah, he's not like that. But
I don't rate him as a footballer, a technical footballer.
Yeah, but most of the Liverpool players aren't like that.
I guess Klopp isn't looking when they identify these players, they're not looking for technical brilliant. Like maybe City are City. Yeah. Well, I say that Haaland's not exactly the most pleasing on the eye to watch, to be honest, as well. But yeah, this Darwin Núñez. I think he's going to bag goals because Liverpool create so many chances. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And think about Trent whipping them. But I mean, he's an out and out number 9. He's just going to be a fox in the box. But I think Liverpool, what I've seen with them, they identify players by their personalities as well. I feel like if you get what I'm saying, like you're saying he has work rate and that. Liverpool will kind of look at a player by their personality and maybe even go all the way back to their upbringing and things like that. Yeah. And they'll want the right. Klopp wants the right mentality coming into the team, doesn't he? Yeah. And you feel like Núñez, he's going to be relentless in terms of he's just going to be a workhorse. He's going to be hungry for goals, isn't it, as well? He's going to be very selfish.
And that's exactly what I see in, what was the left winger that they signed?
Luis Diaz.
Yeah,
I think both of them grew up quite mindset. Not Luis Diaz was like grew up very underprivileged, and you can just tell that they're desperate to play for Liverpool.
Had to work hard for it, basically.
Yeah. And I do like that kind of philosophy that Klopp's got going for them as well. Mane was like that. Obviously, we'll get into Mane later. Yeah, Mane was like so. I agree. Oh shit! Sorry, we need to go back. Sorry, what did you before we go into Núñez more? What do you rate the Haaland deal out of 10?
For me, it's 10 out of 10.
Shit.
I can't see how it's going to not work. And
I'm gonna
for me, that was I think it was a better signing if they then getting Mbappe. I think he fits them better.
Would he have been better than Kane? I feel like Kane would have suited City
Kane
more.
might, saying that Kane might have suited better.
But they missed the boat on Kane last year as well. Mate. So, but yeah, I have to agree with you. I'm going to go 10 out of 10 as well, mate. You can quote me on this right now. He's not flopping. He will not flop at Man City. I want this. If this actually happens, you can quote me and I'll look like an idiot. But I'm that confident about it. He's not flopping. Yeah, he's going to. How many goals? Actually, yeah. How many goals do you reckon he's getting in the Prem? For me,
it's got to be alongside the numbers that Kane gets. So what was he getting last year? Well,
I think Haaland gets 20 or above. I think he just does first season in.
I'm going to go 23 league goals.
Ooh, for first season, Chaz. That's up there with a record in the first season.
Yeah.
But Chaz, if you look at his numbers here, bro.
He's going to get so many chances.
Bro. I know Bundesliga has a hefty tax sometimes, 89 in 86 he has for Dortmund. He had signed stupid one for Salzburg. I think he's got like 21 in 18 for Norway as well and shit. Like he's scoring more goals than games.
He does play this sort of a little bit more powery, like you said, not horrendous.
He's an explosive player, isn't he? He's explosive.
Yeah, explosive, but he is also a fox in the box.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy poach about. So if you think of the crosses coming in for some of them players,
everything we thought Lukaku was going to be, I think Haaland is going to be that basically next season. Obviously Lukaku is a bit stronger, but you know that powerhouse as well, and that I can just see it working. And all right. So you think we're both all right? Let's get back onto the Nunez one. So with Nunez, you find it interesting that both of them they've opted back to having out and out number 9s now this season, both for the.
Yeah, I like it, to be honest. I want to see it.
It's a throw because you thought we were both saying it's a dying breed in football, isn't it? As well. So
you pretty much had Kane, and even he was starting to like
drop in. He was trying to drop into the 10 and that. So Nunez at Liverpool. I mean, he'll be a success. He's not my type of player, but no Liverpool player is going to be my type apart from Thiago, possibly. So So Nunez gone. What would you rate that out of 10? I'm going to go 8.
Yeah, I was going to 8 or 9.
I feel like 9's hefty. You never know. He might not bag goals like you think, like as much.
Yeah, I'll say 8.
Do you know about just go on?
I was going to say that I don't think there's many. For me, I think it's just a Klopp player. I think he looks a Klopp player. And when I saw him play against them, did he score a hat-trick against them or 2?
No. He scored in both legs, home and away against Liverpool.
He just, for me, just looked like he was bound to be a Liverpool player. I really did.
I don't know if you know the history of him. Basically, he came from this Penarol team in Uruguay, which we signed. A lot of Uruguayan players come from there. Like we've signed a few from there as well. Then he joined Almira in the Spanish second division for one season, done well there and got his move to Benfica, and he was Benfica's highest, most expensive ever player for like 25 million. And first season at Benfica, he didn't bang. I think he got 5 goals in all comps or something like that. Like as I say, he didn't bang like everyone thought he would. And then this season, which is his second season, I think he's got like 31 goals or something, and that's what's triggered Liverpool.
I think he may take a bit longer to adapt than Haaland.
Do you think that's a risk though? He's had one good season in his career, effectively.
Yeah, I do see what you mean.
To spend 100 million euros,
Yeah.
We're talking about the Haaland deal, 51 million. This is like 80 million pounds at least. This is
it has to be out of 8 out of 10 because there's still a chance that.
Well, there's a lot of.
There's gonna be so much pressure on him.
Things with Liverpool, they take pride in doing things the proper way and not spending shit tons of money like City or PSG or teams. But Liverpool, I mean, Klopp famously said, the day we sign a player for 100 million, the day he stops managing. So Liverpool are going to have to just accept, and their fans that they're going to have. They know that's the only way to keep up with the big boys. That's the thing. So
they had to, because Haaland was there and they couldn't really. Potentially.
They had to react. For
me, I don't know if he's leaving, but he's not the same player anymore. And Firmino,
Firmino, I think he's just going to see out. He's got one more year, so he'll see it out.
They literally had to react. They were forced into it. Whether they were going to do it, I think they probably were going to do it anyway. But
do you think? I'd ask you a question on this before we leave on Nunez. Do you think Liverpool could have signed better alternatives than Darwin Núñez? I've got a few names in my head, yeah.
Let's throw some out there, and I'll say if I'd agree.
No, I'm thinking like that Victor Osimhen for Napoli, from Napoli, as well, for example. I think
yeah,
that's
but how
a big
much cheaper is he going to be?
Napoli are notoriously quite hard to deal with, I think, on negotiations. Look at Koulibaly; he's not left them for like God knows how long as well. So you think, oh yeah, but you say cheap.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Núñez is going to be miles better. I'm just saying that. Would we not be saying roughly the same thing?
I think 6 months ahead in schedule.
Yeah.
There's options. There was options. Let's be honest, Chaz. Vlahovic was the talk of the town in January, and Núñez wasn't really mentioned that much as well at that point. Even Arsenal were linked with Vlahovic.
Yeah, I think Núñez is more of a Liverpool player than him.
Okay, fair enough. I just thought I'd throw some alternative number 9s that still kind of kick it. Well, the new school number 9s that are kicking it about now.
I think he's going to adapt slightly his game a little bit. I don't know. I think he's still going to be good. That's why I have to put him 8. I do still think there's going to be chances for him. I'm a bit worried about. I know you said he was the record spend for Benfica, but it's a bit different. 100 million at Liverpool. So sometimes the confidence you can see, like the price tags in their bloody mind.
Well, obviously he's not the first Uruguayan striker to join Liverpool. Do you reckon he'll be as good as Suarez or not?
I don't know about that. That's a big.
I just want to throw that out there. I don't think he will.
That's a big statement there to say he's going to be better than him.
Because Suarez, although actually Suarez won nothing, only won a League Cup at Liverpool, but Suarez was a different level though. Suarez was a different level. I just thought it'd be interesting to see if you maybe think he'd be on that level. You'd have to maybe look at him after. They're different styles of players as well, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think Núñez is more of a Cavani type?
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah.
Did you imagine Cavani in his peak? Surely that's a Klopp type player with hard work, foxy. He's very similar. There's a lot of parallels between the two.
Yeah.
And then a few others that Liverpool have signed is Fabio Carvalho from Fulham.
Yep.
And they kind of got that done in January anyway, and they wrapped up in the summer. And then this Calvin Ramsey, this young Scottish right back,
agreed the deal today, didn't they?
Yeah, so they're there for the future more. I mean, do you think Carvalho will feature here and there, or is they're going to loan him? Or I think
he is going to feature.
Yeah, because they would have loaned him back to Fulham otherwise in the Prem.
Yeah,
that was the case.
I'm not. I mean, there's people saying that he's going to be in the starting 11. I don't see that in my opinion.
Unless he's absolutely, I know he's a quality player. I know that for sure.
But he's going to be in, I don't know, Champions League games where
true. In the League Cup games. Home, yeah, you're right. God, I'm worried about Liverpool because I'm thinking of Carvalho and Harvey Elliott in the future. You know, even Curtis Jones knocking about. So it's fucking.
Yeah, and I mean this Ramsey.
I've not seen him, so I don't.
No, I can't say. So yeah, he's highly touted in Scotland, and again, there's probably not that many people that watch Aberdeen. But it has a feeling that they've almost like been watching this kid for quite a long time.
God, imagine him.
They've just gone and got him for 6 million or something.
Well, obviously they've got Trent for God knows how long still for the future. So you're looking at, is it kind of like a backup to Trent, really?
Yeah.
Who's their backup right back in a minute? Oh, they throw Joe Gomez out there, don't they? So
they needed that one because they've got
Tsimikas. They got
Greek
Tsimikas
lad, on the left.
Yeah. The Greek lad, fucking hell, mate. Jesus. He scored an FA Cup winning penalty, by the way. He scored that one, so just
that's good for him.
Disrespect the Greeks. I just had going Greek to eat, by the way. So yeah, keeping it in the culture. All right, fuck it. That's enough of the Scousers. I hate talking about them. Let's go. All right, let's go across North London to your rivals as well, because I've been waiting for this one. I want to see your opinions on this. So let me run you through the deals they've done, and then I'm going to run you through the rumors that they're apparently they ain't done. By the way, that's the thing. They're not done yet, and they're really looking to spend. I'll go back to it.
No, they're making
this podcast, Chaz. I said they had a cash injection, and the club official account on Twitter, they tweeted saying about how their cash injection's gone up. They for more funds available. So they signed Fraser Forster as a backup keeper, obviously to Laurie. Yep. They are on the verge of signing DJ Spence from Forest. Yep. Oh no, from Middlesbrough. He's from Middlesbrough. He was on loan at Forest.
He was on loan, yeah.
They've signed Ivan Perisic, obviously on a free deal. And they have obviously the biggest signing so far is Yves Bissouma from Brighton.
Yeah.
I mean, And let me just tell you the rumors. They've been linked with Richarlison or Rafinha. They're the two that they want. And that the reason I'm kind of honing in on that is they've got their front three settled. That's the thing. But they're moving like a bigger club and looking for backup options, rotational players, for example.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Obviously, by the way,
Conte will definitely.
They make Kulusevski permanent and Romero both permanent deals as well.
Kulusevski, Conte isn't afraid of rotating him.
For
I know he feels like he's been good for them and all that, and he's looked a bit of a star or whatever.
Yeah,
but I've seen it in Italy as well. He's been a player that they've like come in and he's come in and out. He's not always been the starter, and that hasn't mattered. So he's still performed. So I can see it. Well, they need at the end of the day they've got Champions League football, so they need to have a squad.
They're also looking at. They're definitely going to sign a centre back. Also, they were trying to sign Bastoni from Inter Milan.
Yeah,
but he's staying for sure. But they're definitely in the market for a left-footed centre back. So they've been linked with Pau Torres from Villarreal, for example. Is this this is heartbreaking to you, isn't it? These kind of these are signings that you would want at your football club. That's the thing, isn't it?
Assume it was 30 million.
No, I think it's euros. You're talking. I think it's 25 million pounds or something.
No. It went up when they actually announced it. It was 25 million with 10 million add-ons. That's what it was. But it's still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 30, 35. I mean, yeah, I don't know what we're looking at.
So what do you think of Spurs' business so far?
So Jed Spence, Basuma, Perisic, and Forster. We're talking what? Somewhere around 50, 60 million for all them players.
I don't know how much Jed Spence is going to be because the other two.
I thought it was 20 million.
If it is, it is. I know all I've seen is good things from Spence when I've watched him. So
yeah, so like around the 50, 60 million mark.
Yeah,
for all them players. I know 2 of them 3, but I'm just putting them all together as a 4.
And they're probably going to sign 2 more better players. They're going to sign even better players coming out as well. Like. Are you from an Arsenal fan's point of view, what are you thinking of Spurs' business hit so far and how quickly they've got it done as well?
Yeah, it's very good to be honest. It's what you want really as a fan. They got the Champions League, now they're like preparing to be a Champions League team that are going to go far. And also Conte, you can argue they're putting everything into sort of, because Conte still might only be another year or 18 months or something like that.
Yeah.
But it looks to me that even if he did end up walking away, I know they're losing a big manager, but they're now going to be in a situation where, I mean, you look at the team that Conte came in with, they'll be in a much better place than that.
Yeah, because Chaz, you're thinking of all of a sudden, because we're adding the January signings in, and even Romero was last summer, you're thinking of the likes of a midfielder like Bentancur and Basuma. You think, and they've got Højbjerg as maybe a potential backup.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it starts to look more and more strong, doesn't it? It looks stronger and stronger there. It's to be honest, I think you were spot on. I think Conte was only going to stay if they'd done what they're doing right now. So when he basically half announced he's staying, I knew they were going to do this. That's the thing. There was no option but to do this. And for once, Spurs are acting like a big club. They never have been a big club, but they're acting like a big club now as well. Yeah. So it's just.
I still think they need. The defense is the worry for me. Looking as a
Romero is fantastic. Romero.
But they need. So if they get Torres as well, then that's good.
If they ever imagine they had a back 3 of Romero, Dyer, and Torres, that wouldn't be bad. I don't think.
I always thought the centre backs and the
fullbacks.
Yeah,
with the problem.
They've addressed the fullbacks really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Perisic's going to be playing left wing back, isn't he? I just realised.
Most likely, yeah. But even to be fair to the end of the season, I think
even Sessegnon
and
he actually turned it on a little bit, didn't he, Sessegnon?
Yeah, and Doherty wasn't too bad towards the end.
They still have Reguilon. He's not the worst. I don't know whether they're looking to get rid of him, I think, or not. Then
I'm not sure, but the biggest thing is what they've got. They're going to have this season is now they're going to have options. It won't just be. Well, they'll still rely a lot on Kane and Son, but they have options in other areas. So they lose a few players due to injuries, they've got options.
Yeah. Well,
which they will need, obviously, because they're going to pay.
But when we get into our predictions, so far, shit changes in the summer. Shit can change big time. So far, Spurs are like my nailed on for third place. They are at the minute as well for me. With a whole season under Conte, I really do think that. But it can change. It can change. We never know what other clubs are going to do in the window later on.
Shall I rate the whole business together so far?
Well, let me hone in on the Basuma one a bit more. Is that does that one hurt you the most? You'd say?
Yeah, because it's so like it's just.
Some Arsenal fans, I was watching.
It's not even Arsenal though. What there's a lot of clubs I'm considering why they're just.
He gets in most teams in the Premier League, including Liverpool, even potentially.
And we're not talking a lot of money, so why are people? I don't know whether there's been.
This guy's a baller as well. He's actually a baller. I've watched him enough times now. This guy is so tidy on the ball. He's press resistant. He can just do a lot. He can.
The thing with Arsenal though, it was a bit like he was almost calling out for us to come again.
He was. I think he's an Arsenal fan also as well. So I was watching on AFTV though. There was an argument to be said that I think it was that James guy from the channel said that we've already kind of got we didn't need Partey because we didn't need Basuma because we've got Partey.
I do agree with that, but I was thinking of playing them alongside.
No, that's what Robbie was saying. That's what Robbie was saying. Yeah. Potentially, in some games you can play them beside each other. So there's
and when you've got a very sort of more techie player in front in Odegaard, then I don't think it matters that they're the two similar players.
Go on then. Rate Spurs' window so far out of 10.
Oh, it's quite high. Probably a 9. I'd probably say.
I'll go an 8 for the minute, only because we're not finished yet. That's the thing. Because imagine we come back in a few months' time. This is the only signings they've made.
Yeah, if 8 for now. But I just think that I think more are coming. But even the signings they've made, they haven't. It's not like they've gone and spent huge amounts.
Doesn't make you think though, Chaz? Are they spending the bigger bucks on the next two players that come in as well? For God's sake, so we don't know. Yeah. Because if they get centre back and a backup,
well, the right winger will be if it's Rafinha or Richarlison, that will be more money, won't it?
So, yeah, for sure. Both of them be 50 million and above at least.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go across to North London. We'll go on your business. I mean, you've wrapped up a deal today. You wrapped up 2 deals in the last 2 days or 3 days. So happy days at the Emirates, yeah.
No. No, not at all.
All right. Well, do you want to run through who you signed? Go on. Let's run through who you signed.
You can carry on telling it. I'll tell you.
Signed Marquinhos, not the one from PSG, the one, the one from Sao Paulo. Some teenage Brazilian sensation. I've heard that so many times down the years. I think of. Do you remember that guy Wellington Silva that used to have? Yeah. There's a few that have gone a bit off the. I think United had a few. We had one called, you wouldn't even know it. We had Rodrigo Possebon.
Jesus.
And he never quite made it. Andreas Pereira brings to mind. There's a lot of crappy Brazilians that have got overhyped. So we don't know. I haven't seen the kid, so I can't judge him too much. That was only a few million. That was like 3-4 million.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And then today, literally, as we're doing this podcast today, you signed, it's Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, can I just say the signing of the 3 million lad, he that sort of business is okay. Like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. If it does work out, well done to whoever scouted him, all right? But now we have to address the first team.
Yeah, exactly. He has to address the first team before we start thinking of the future.
Yeah.
Fabio Vieira, literally, I didn't know of him. I'm not going to lie to you. For today, I've read up on him, watched a few clips on him. I've actually seen a lot of analysis on him. That listen, all things are good, but you're only ever going to highlight the good things of a player that's coming. That's the problem as well. So all I know is 22 years old, plays on the left / attacking midfield position. He's left-footed. He hasn't had a cap for the Portugal first team yet, but he was instrumental. I think he was even in and out in the Porto team. He wasn't always starting in the Porto team as well. So he was in and out. Porto had a really good campaign as well. They won the league, but it'll be interesting. He's got stats are good. I think he got 14 assists last season and in Europe's top 6 leagues, and that was one of the best ratios with the likes of Salah.
Something I saw that they were holding on to was he got player of the tournament in the under-21 championship.
It's something. I mean, listen, I saw a tweet, and it's a very well-respected football scout account on Twitter. They were saying he's the best left-footed player since Bernardo Silva to leave the Portuguese league.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Don't know.
Did we need him?
That's the problem. I was just saying to you before we aired. Yeah, I said very Ødegaard-esque, isn't it? This sign, like he's kind of like.
Where's he playing?
I don't know, Chaz. That's the thing. I can't. He has to just be a backup player, really. But you want to address the first 11 before anything.
Unless he plays on the left, but
but then you've got Martinelli and Smith Rowe that can play on the left as well. It's a weird one.
I don't know.
It's an awkward one. I think it could be a good signing. I'm not disrespecting. It actually really could be a good signing, but you want to see positions you really need at the minute. aka a striker.
But if we'd addressed and then signed him for this guy for 30-40 million.
Maybe it was one of them. Maybe it was one of them deals that you had to just get it wrapped up because it was done. It was easy to get done.
Potentially.
So listen, that's Arsenal's window so far. Listen. I know theoretically the window only opened less than a week ago, but the reason we have a reason to complain is because you want your club being proactive in the market and kind of knowing roughly who they're going to sign before the window opened.
Yeah,
like we've seen with Bayern Munich, City, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Like. It's frustrating, isn't it? So you're obviously still going to be frustrated regardless of the two signings. It doesn't make a difference in your mindset.
And we're typical Arsenal. We're signed with all the areas that we need. We're rumoured with all the areas we need.
Yeah.
And we're waiting.
Mate, right back at you, mate, because we'll be going to United at one point. It'll be exactly the same story.
I mean, do you want to go over the rumours quickly?
Arsenal rumours. I know you've been linked with Rafinha. That's another one. So he's linked with Spurs, linked with Arsenal. He's been linked with. We knew he'd be linked with the host of clubs. I think he wants Barcelona, but then they all do. So Barcelona can't sign everyone. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I feel like this window, everyone's just holding out for Barca. Because you've got, Koundé, who was meant to go to Chelsea. He wants Barca. Lewandowski's literally trapped Barca into signing him, effectively.
Yep.
So Rafinha would want. Apparently, he's saying he wants Barca or nothing, similar to Lewandowski, but. I don't know what kind of world they're living in if that's the case as well and shit. Only thing I've gauged is that it just shows Barcelona still have that pull, basically.
Oh yeah, they still have that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Go on. So, what other rumours you looked at Arsenal?
So Jesus is quite a big rumour at the moment.
Gabriel Jesus. There you go. Yeah.
Officially been. Well, if you count Sky as official anymore, but they've officially said
Sky have gone down in the rankings. Actually, I realised we used to rely on Sky Sports, and all of a sudden now you're looking at Fabrizio.
I think Fabrizio's.
I tell you, it's good. David Ornstein. David Ornstein's a really good one. Yeah, he's a good one for Arsenal as well.
But we apparently are officially in talks with Jesus anyway, and trying to persuade him.
Well, I was saying. Have you got a free run at this, or do you think someone else is going to come in to try and, even if they're not really interested, to up the price for Arsenal?
Yeah, I feel like Chelsea could do that. I don't think Chelsea
are desperate for him.
I don't think they're no, and I don't think they should be.
Remember, just bear in mind though, we'll get to it. Lukaku is most likely leaving. Yeah. So Chelsea.
The thing with them though is, I don't think they want to outright say you're our number 9, you're going to play every game, or however they portray it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal can say that.
I think Arteta would be like to him, you're my main guy. You're my guy this season.
And to be fair to the sort of plan that Arteta plays, he probably does suit that.
I think he suits your team. I think this is a no-brainer signing for Arsenal, I think, in my opinion.
If we can get it done.
I know you've got to accept where you're at right now. You're not playing Champions League football. This is a bonus signing. You're drawing a player away from Champions League football. Easily can play Champions League football.
Yeah. So
I think this is a no-brainer. He suits your system. He'll be on a lot of money. I think you'll be giving minimum 200 grand a week. I think you'll be giving him, to be honest. So he's going to be the guy you build your team around, effectively. Yeah. So,
who else? The centre mid department.
Oh, Tielemans is there. That's gone a bit quiet. I don't know why that's gone quiet as well. It's just typical.
Well, it's a little bit like, don't worry about Basuma because we're signing him, but now it's gone quiet.
Well, Tielemans has 1 year left, yeah? Leicester want to sell him, and it's going to be for relatively cheap, like 20 to 30 million.
Well, if it's that money, I'll go and get him straight away.
I rate Tielemans highly. The only thing I have about Tielemans is that I think he may just he's shocking in defensive wise. He's shocking. Like, I think he conceded 4 penalties last season, something stupid. I think his engine's not the greatest. He's not got good stamina. He's just a very good on the ball player. Yeah, so you would need him. You would need Tielemans in a 3-man midfield, I feel like.
Yeah.
He'd be your creator. And anyone else? Or is there...
No, I mean, I was just going to say, though, the one thing I do want us to address is I want our fullbacks area. And it doesn't have to be a standout first teamer, but someone like that. I don't know what happened to that kid that we were linked with that could play right or left back in Italy.
You mean Aaron Hickey?
Him. Yeah, someone like him that's their position, and we sign him as a backup. I'm happy with. I don't understand why we can't get that sort of thing over the line.
Well, that's that with Arsenal, isn't it? It's not much to talk about. And talking of things not much to talk about, we're on to United. We've got a big fat fucking zero signing.
Do you want me to say something? Yeah, I just got this tweet up that I kept from, when was it? Earlier today. Teams so far this transfer window: Arsenal, Fabio Vieira; Liverpool, Nunes, Carvalho; City, Haaland, Alvarez, potentially Cucurella; Spurs, Perisic, Bissouma. Obviously, just naming the big ones.
Yeah.
And he's put he's a United fan. He put us, Elanga gym fit pictures, Garnacho new tattoo, and Sancho holiday photos.
Jesus Christ. Do you know what? Elanga is nothing more than Gymshark athlete. That's all he is. So honestly, I'm being deadly serious. He's not a football player. This is just and what worries me about the club is that we're putting him on the face of our preseason games and stuff like that as well. Like he's going to be the star. This is just. Do you know what about our club? The lack of self-awareness our club has is actually unbelievable. Like we genuinely think we hype up these players like they're the best things at slice. Even our ex-players, Rooney players like he's saying, "Oh, McTominay's a great player in the midfield." They don't understand, do they? How bad these players are. It's their fault to see, Chaz. We've had a shock. We're our worst ever season in the Premier League. Really, everyone should be sold in that team, for God's sake. We can't do that, unfortunately. So that was my little mini rant. We'll get in. There's a lot more rants to come over the summer because I'm about to break this fucking laptop screen in a sec.
Do you want to say who you're linked with? You are linked with.
Well, I can't say we brought in because there's no fucking signings at the minute. I'll tell you the big ones.
Yeah.
Frankie de Jong, which is going to get dragged out all summer long, and then we're going to end up not signing
officially
him.
in talks with him today, I think.
Who said that? Who?
Sky said it. Sky coming days later to tell you.
Oh God! Mate, I remember I sent you that image. We're just linked. It's just linked with
Sky Sports Transfer Centre say Man United in talks with de Jong, Anthony inquiries made, and interest in Ajax defender Timber.
Interest inquiries, talks. I don't care. I want them holding the football shirt. That's all I want.
They're all Ajax players.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're all literally Ajax and ex-Ajax players as well. And even Ericsson we've been linked with. He's an ex-Ajax player as well. But all right, so let's start off with de Jong. This screams to me one of them Sancho. Who else have we been? Like Pogba. These signings that we drag out over. I genuinely think he doesn't want to come to us. I genuinely think that. The only reason he can come to us is because of Barca's financial situation.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But, mate, he doesn't want to join us. Even the other day, he said, I'm at the biggest club in the world, so I have nothing to say. He wants to stay at Barcelona. Barcelona may force him out. But I don't know if I want a player that's been forced out. I know he's got previous relationship with Ten Hag, which is great. And I love de Jong, by the way. I think he's I think he's one of the best midfielders in world football. So I think he would help. With the pain of me losing Pogba, he would help out a lot, to be honest.
But again, you're completely right. He's going to be dragged out. I don't know how much money they're talking, but one of them signings.
It's going to be about 80 million.
Yeah, it's just one of them signings again that we've said time and time that we don't need to do.
Well, the thing is, we could do with him. We could do with de Jong. That's the thing we can do with him. But I just think to myself, how much are we going to blow on de Jong? Are we not going to address other areas of the team then after that?
That's what I mean. What you'll do is you'll drag him on. You'll finally get over the line. 80 million, put the video out, and that will be it. And that's not good enough for what you need.
And then the next one is Anthony. Again, another player I really, you know how much I rate Anthony as well.
See, I think Anthony would be a good sign, a really good signing.
I think he would. And I don't think this shouldn't be a hard deal to do. He worked with the manager for 3 years or 2-3 years. They've got a good relationship. Just go and get the deal done now. It doesn't make sense to me in my head. Like, I know I'm seeming really naive now, and there's a lot that goes in on transfers and, you know, how they negotiate. But I'm looking at other clubs. Listen, I've got proven, you know, deals that have happened this window that have happened, like, for bigger deals than this. And I just think Anthony would solve our right wing issue. And we've got Anthony and Sancho would be fantastic on the wings next season.
Yeah.
So that's another one. Hopefully we can get that done. Timber looks like it's not going to happen now. We were trying to get him from Ajax. That's not happening. And I was really gassed about him trying to sign because he is a progressive defender that can play centre back and right back. He starts for Haaland. What was the other one you said?
Oh, I said De Jong, Anthony, and Timber. That was three.
And Timber. So and then
one thing it says here on outgoings is Henderson's going on loan.
He's going to Forest. Henderson's going to Forest, and they're going to have a 20 million option to buy. Listen, I like Dean Henderson, but you know our fans are so far up the Hayes' arse that he's not.
So what happens though? So who's your second in? Who plays number 2? Or do you have to get one?
We have to sign one, or Tom Heaton. Tom Heaton will be our number 2.
Foster's out there for a free.
No, Tom Heaton's already. We've already got one of them over the hill, fucking English goalkeepers. So it's going to be. What a tragic.
Arsenal are linked to getting Foster as number 2.
We're looking at progressive footballers. Yeah, you want keepers that can play from the back, and we're going to have De Gea and Heaton as ours. I thought Ten Hag was all about progressive, new age football, total football, and shit. All right, and then the other one is obviously we've officially made an offer for Christian Eriksen as a free agent.
Yeah. See, what did you think of that one?
Okay, cool. I got mixed opinions on that one.
Yeah.
I think I rate Eriksen a lot as a player. I rate the way he's come back, and at Brentford he was fantastic. He pretty much changed their whole season around.
Yeah.
I just think it's another one of them signings for United that we don't need at the minute. We just don't need it. If you could pick one position in the team that we don't need, it's the number 10. As much as I don't rate Bruno, you've got Donny coming back into that position as well, yeah? We don't need a number 10. We just don't need it. But the reason I want him is so he can shove Bruno out the team. That's the only reason I want him. Because he's a far superior player to Bruno Fernandes.
Agreed.
So let's just get this deal done. That's all I'm going to say. Let's just get this Eriksen deal done. But you'll be seeing no fireworks or hoorays from me, mate, as well. Let's just get this deal done, get it over the line, and then focus on what we need. I don't mind getting this done. I'm not going to complain about Eriksen coming to United. But that's not make a big deal out of this. He's a free agent as well.
Yeah.
Let's not make a big deal. So that's United. Let's go through the outgoings United. We've got a lot of players that are left. Juan Mata is left. He made an emotional Instagram video post that kind of got me emotional. We failed that guy for 8 years, but we'll move on from that. Jesse Lingard's leaving as free agent. God knows where he's going. He's still partying up in Marbella and different. But no, seriously, it's a joke. This is. Pogba's gone, and looks like he's going to sign for Juventus. And just FYI, the Pogmentary is coming out tomorrow on Amazon Prime. So I think everyone should tune into that, and he'll spill all the beans on his time at United. I think it's going to be interesting, mate. So I'm a Paul Pogba fan. So
he's apparently signed a 4-year deal with Juventus.
Yeah. So we let him go for free, signed him for 89 million, and let him go for free again.
Yeah.
If that doesn't sum up how bad our business has been for the last 10 years, then I don't know what does. So Pogba's going to Juve, and then Matic has joined Mourinho for the 3rd time in his career at Roma.
Yeah.
I think he's going to kill it in Serie A, by the way, Matic. He's just
it's really going to suit. It's really going to suit.
And Cavani's left. I mean, Cavani left fucking 6 months ago, for fuck's sake, as well. So that's that. We've let go of 5 players. I could only care less about Pogba leaving, but I accepted that he was going to leave, and that's that. We're United, and I feel sick. I feel sick.
We've nearly addressed all the top sort of 6.
Chelsea again.
Is the one but there's not really anything to say there, is there, really?
But Chelsea...
Can they make signings yet? What's the situation with that?
Chelsea are signing the American goalkeeper that everyone rated. So there's this American keeper, I forgot his name now, from, I think, DC United. Real Madrid were going to sign him, but Chelsea apparently are the favourites now, and they've agreed a deal for him.
Right.
18, apparently he's very highly, he's meant to be the next big thing of goalkeepers. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's it with Chelsea. Has anyone left them? Oh, there's players leaving them.
Rudiger's
gone to Real Madrid. Aspilicueta is probably going to Barca. Marcos Alonso's going to Barca, I think, and Christensen's going to Barca. Can I just say one thing about Barca this window? Yeah, everyone is joining them apparently as well. And I don't understand how they're going to have. They might be the most fascinating club in this window because I don't get how they're signing players, how they're letting go. I just don't get it.
Yeah, because they're fine. It's because the financials in Spain, no one gets. It don't make sense.
Why are they signing 3 Chelsea rejects effectively as well? I don't understand. But yeah, so Chelsea are letting go of them players. That Chelsea need a whole new defense, probably a new midfield and a new attack as well. So they need a rebuild as much as our two clubs do. So yeah, I mean, links to Chelsea. Do you want me to tell you some?
Yeah, tell me some. But it's quite big actually. Summer for Chelsea.
This is massive. People don't realize it. I think they're gonna. Obviously, you think they're moving a bit slow because of the new owners at the minute.
That's what I was going to say. I do think I sort of understand that. There's probably it didn't end well. Let's be honest. So there's been a lot of things where they've had to change the owners and that. So
they're linked with Chelsea. Yeah, Koundé, who they've been linked with for at least a year now.
Yeah.
And apparently he wants to join Barca though, so I don't even know what's going on. And then Nkunku they've been linked with as well.
Yeah.
Apart from that, they're Chelsea. It's a funny one. They've not been linked with many. They wanted Tchouaméni before he joined Real Madrid. They were definitely linked with him. They've always linked with Declan Rice as well because he used to play for them. So we'll see with Chelsea. I think you have to just stand by with Chelsea and see how it goes in the future transfer videos. You know,
yeah,
because it's going to be a funny one for them.
I was looking through. Do you want me to name some deals that I've seen in the Prem?
Go
on. Tarkowski to Everton.
Yeah, I saw that on a free transfer. Reuniting the famous Burnley back two of Keane and Tarkowski. Jesus, Lampard's in for yeah. Do you think that's a good signing, by the way, or not?
How much did it cost? Do you know?
For free.
Oh, is it free? Yeah, that's not bad signing for free.
Do you remember he was going to join West Ham for 30 million last season?
Yeah.
I've got a few. Don't worry, I've got a few. Do you want to go into Aston Villa because they've done some decent deals?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Aston Villa. Yeah,
they've signed Diego Carlos from Sevilla. Who was he going to join? Like big team? Who was the big team that wanted him? Oh, Newcastle. Sorry, Newcastle really wanted him in January.
Yeah.
And they signed him for like £26 million. That's a big signing, Chaz, that Villa have made. That's a massive. He's a Brazilian international, I think.
Yeah. Villa are doing bits. But we knew Villa were going to spend. We knew Villa.
Listen, they got rich Egyptian owners. So they've got money to spend. And also, they signed Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. And he's practically meant to be one of the best young prospects in France.
Yeah.
Chaz, he played for the French first team the other day, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We were linked with him. These teams, Chaz, are getting better deals than us. It's crazy. I told you about the league is coming to like, bloody hell. And let me give you one that could happen. It's on the verge of happening. You know, that João Paulinho for Sporting. He played for Portugal at the Euros. He's quite good.
Yeah.
He's deciding out of Fulham or Wolves. How on earth are Fulham going to get him for 17 million?
Yeah, that's mental.
He walks into our team again, Chaz. This is crazy, isn't it? This is actually mental.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this is a fucking worry. This is, honestly, I'm shitting myself about this season. Like, these teams are getting closer and closer and closer. I just think it's a bloody joke. We didn't even mention Lacazette leaving Arsenal, by the way.
We've been knowing that for a long time.
He's gone back to Lyon. Adios. Apart from that, Premier League's kind of dead. Leeds have made 3 signings,
Oh, really?
They didn't sign anyone last time. They're making sure they are. Mark Roca from Bayern Munich, the Spanish midfielder. Brendan Aronson for 26 million from Salzburg. He's an American.
Okay.
And then Rasmus Christensen from Salzburg. I think he's getting some of his old players, Jesse Marsch from his old team.
Yeah.
Fulham are also getting, I think Arsenal were linked with him. Mano Solomon, some Israeli player that plays for Shakhtar. So Fulham are signing a couple of players. Newcastle permanently signed Matt Target.
So I'm just looking at the list here. in the Prem. Yeah, Carlos.
I think we can ditch the Prem now. I've got big ones from Europe that I can talk about.
Yeah, go on then.
Let's go to Real Madrid. May as well go champions of Europe.
Yeah.
They have wrapped up Antonio Rudiger and Tchouaméni from Monaco. 100 million euros, you know, that was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, should we talk about how they're going to have Camavinga and Tchouaméni with Valverde as potential?
Yeah.
Real Madrid, and also they've extended the deals of Militao and Vinicius as well.
So they're doing the right things. They're doing the right things.
Real Madrid worry the shit out of me now. They do, honestly. I mean, how good is Rudiger going to be for them as well?
Oh yeah, I mean they're going to be maniacs, him and
Militao. That's
Militao,
crazy.
but yeah, they're going to be good.
And what do you think about Tchouaméni then? You think?
I think I rate him really highly.
Yeah. So they've got one of the.
I couldn't be more jealous.
This is you know, like if you could have your ideal players, these are they're making like. Do you know, like when you think of Football Manager, you're signing them wonder kids.
Yeah,
they're doing it. They're doing it, man. They're absolutely.
He's got to be like the best young centre mid out there, really.
He's up there. He's
definitely
up there.
One of them.
Him and Declan Rice, they're up there. They're right up there, all of them. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I look at the likes of Gavi. He looks fucking unbelievable as well for Barcelona. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Tchouaméni, what a deal that is. It's worrying. You know, they would imagine they got Mbappe on top of all this as well. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Real Madrid. So I think he was left Real Madrid. Gareth Bale, no shock there. He's gone.
Where do you think he'll turn up? Tottenham apparently monitoring.
I don't know. I've kind of given up with him.
I'd love it if he went United.
No. That is not. That's a typical United signing. That is as well. We get him 4 years too late, 5 years too late. Isco's left. That's a typical Arsenal signing. If you get Isco, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Yeah.
I did see that we're monitoring Asensio, not Isco, but Asensio.
The thing is, I rate Asensio, but the problem is that it's another Real Madrid hand-me-down that you lot keep. You get Ceballos, Erdegaard, Ozil. You keep getting Real Madrid when they don't want a player in an attacking position. You just sign them.
Yeah, I know.
Asensio,
that's typical. That's stupid if we do.
Do you remember when Asensio was like the next big thing? Everyone was scoring bangers. He was scoring screamers after screamers. Yeah. But he's 26. He's still not old now. But I don't know. Do you know another one? I've been looking. So yeah, Isco, Bale, obviously Marcelo was released. He literally left as the most decorated Real Madrid player of all time. So he's literally the most successful player of the most successful club of all time. So
yeah,
he's a certainly legend. He's best left back of all time, in my opinion. Anyway, I put that on our Twitter. I was like, he is the best left back I've ever seen. Anyway, you would argue Ashley Cole maybe, but I still rate Marcelo more, man. I rate that guy so. I'll get pelters for that. You know, by the way.
Well,
I'd get pelters for that shit.
Yeah, people would argue that, but I mean, you've just said he's the most decorated players.
Real Madrid's history. We're talking about Real Madrid, the biggest and best club ever, and we're talking about the most decorated player of their history.
Yeah, there isn't a hell of a lot.
You know, we'll move on swiftly to. I'm not going to stay in Spain because I want to just hear your reaction. We're going to go to Bayern Munich, who I think have done sick business already this summer.
Oh, mate, in Dortmund and
Bayern, Dortmund and Bayern have got it. On point. So Ryan assigned Gravenberch and Mazzarri from Ajax. Mazzarri on a free, and Gravenberch for 30 million.
Watch this space, Gravenberch.
Yeah. You were talking about best centre mids. He's up there with Tchouaméni.
I'm telling you, people are going to be like, "Who's this lad?"
Yeah,
he's sick.
Well, it's only because you've played with him on Football Manager. Calm down.
I also watched him. Don't worry about that.
And obviously the imminent arrival of Sadio Mane as well. So. Bayern Munich, you're rating there the way they're moving.
Yeah, they always do this. They get it done early.
They are
areas. They have that policy where they don't go over certain amounts of money.
Do you think they're like the pinnacle of transfer dealings, like just how to deal properly?
Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
They need to. That you could genuinely create a handbook on how to do transfers like legitimately with Bayern Munich. Obviously Lewandowski's leaving, and I don't know what mindset he's in at the minute.
Yeah,
but he's
it's
going
very weird, isn't it?
He's basically cussing off the club and shit and everything. He's saying about how he thinks that something's died inside of him. He's depressed.
Yeah, he's like completely lost everything.
All that legacy that he's created, and probably one of their best strikers of all time, best players of all time in the Bundesliga. he just seems like he's thrown. Is this I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know why he's so.
I don't understand.
You know, he's got a year left. Yeah, he's not going on a free. It's just a weird one that he's so desperate to leave Bayern, like really desperate. I've never seen a player cry so much to leave the club. And he said he will only join Barcelona, no other club.
But that's his problem. I think if he hadn't have said that, other teams might have been sniffing. But for some reason, he's made it so clear to every single person out there that he's going Barca.
I said that he's trapped Barca into signing him, basically, as well.
Yeah, but it's not even been addressed, really, that if Barca even wanted him.
Yeah, the only way I can see why he's done it is if Barcelona executives have told him that he's definitely joining them. That's the only.
But it didn't seem like that from the things
That's a weird one. That's a weird one. But you think Mane would just be his replacement? You think?
I think so. Yeah, they may go and get someone like a younger player or something.
Okay, so got that done.
Dortmund.
What do you think of Bayern Munich have released Tolisso? You want him at Arsenal?
Yeah, we'd probably go and sign him, wouldn't we?
On a free? Do you want him on a free?
He's not that bad, but
yeah, but come on, it's so uninspiring, isn't it? It's just
yeah.
Do you want to go Dortmund? You said.
Yeah.
But finally, we can get the Dortmund shit away. Remember all them previous podcasts where I wanted to talk about it, and Ollie was like, "Ooh, on each one." Now the European experts can talk here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Dortmund. They have obviously sold Erling Haaland, so they got a lot of money for that. Actually, not enough, to be honest. They have signed to replace him effectively Karim Adeyemi from Salzburg.
Yep.
See, that's an adequate replacement.
Young,
very young.
Yeah, adequate. I don't know about like. It's not, but this is what Dortmund always do, though.
They always have someone.
If you said to any other team, "We're going to lose Haaland and bring Adeyemi," and you'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
But they seem to have a knack, and to be fair, it seems to have paid off quite a lot of the times. Of course, they wouldn't have wanted to get rid, but they know it was coming. They knew they were going to sell him at some point.
Listen, Adeyemi, he's only very, very. I think he's 18 or 19, and he's done well in the Champions League as well.
He's 19, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him score a few goals in the Champs, so I think he could do well. And obviously, they've bolstered their backline with Nico Schlotterbeck and Niklas Süle.
Yeah.
So that's big because I know Schlotterbeck was highly rated. Like a lot, he was left-footed centre back. He's really highly rated from. I think he was from Freiburg, wasn't he? He's highly rated. A lot of teams wanted him around Europe, like.
He costs like 20 million, so
and they do need a bolster it because
mate, I've had enough of watching Hummels at the back.
Yeah, and listen, I don't know how good Zagadou is. He's only 23 still as well, but he looks a bit ropey at times. And Akanji, who we were linked with at the start of the window, again, they're good names. I feel like Akanji is highly rated. I think he's a name that I feel like is well respected as a young centre back, but. You think they really needed this at the back?
I think the problem was, and I think that's what they're doing with Niklas Süle. They had these young centre backs, and they felt that they needed Hummels to have some experience there, and Hummels was gone.
He's just finished.
I think they're hoping that Süle can be that sort of more experienced player.
If they do, I don't think they will. But if they do keep on with Zagadou and Akanji, they've got 4 good centre backs then.
Yeah. I think they will. They might offload one.
Yeah, but that's not bad business, to be fair. Not too shabby indeed.
Well, Süle was a free, so
yeah. And then obviously we know Juventus is signing Pogba. Barcelona, I know the guaranteed ones is Christensen and Kessié. Do you rate that? You reckon Kessié from AC Milan to Barca is a good signing?
Yeah.
By the way, I think we've just completely knocked the ratings out the window. We've completely forgotten about them after fucking.
Yeah, it's because we went on to Arsenal and United though, so there's nothing.
And it really brought it down on the whole fucking video. I think we can wrap it up soon, pretty much, because we don't want to. We've already gone 15 minutes over our planned schedule.
Yeah, I was actually going to say I'm bringing it back to the bloody Prem, but I'm really intrigued. I want to still be watching Newcastle.
Yeah, keep an eye for Newcastle. So, but this is the great thing about this style of video. It's gonna be a weekly thing. Every week there's gonna be new links, new done deals.
I saw the link with what's his face, the keeper that we love, Pope.
Who has been linked?
Newcastle apparently going to get.
Because they were linked with Henderson. They were trying to get Henderson off us, but obviously Forest might be getting him now.
Yeah.
But one last thing before we wrap up, what do you think of Lukaku? This is a big one. I mean, going back to Inter.
He's forcing his way back there. He's literally. He's telling Inter to sign him.
Well, I'll get a clip for us here. Let's get a clip ready for this. In terms of, we'll wrap this up on this. In terms of biggest failures in Premier League history of signings, how high do you rate Lukaku in that list? Because
there's not more because of the price tag.
£97 million.
Yeah, there can't be that many above it because of the price tag. At least some real flops out there. But
that's not just talk about the price tag. Let's talk about. He said he's got unfinished business at Chelsea. It looked like, look at Chelsea, champions of Europe, signing. Look how well Lukaku's refined his game. He's got a better touch now. It has been an absolute disaster, that whole fucking transfer. It's just been, ever since he had that stupid interview in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tuchel dropped him for the remainder of the season, effectively, which I rated. But did you expect? What did you expect? Did you expect him to? Were you expecting him to be up there in the top scorers, in the top scoring charts in the league when he first signed?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I'm after timing now. I was scared of him. I've thought that there was more attractive strikers, I'll say, out on the market. But when they signed a player for that money, his numbers didn't really lie.
They said he was going to be the missing piece to give them the money.
So I probably would have sat here saying that he was going to be getting goals for them. So, I mean, but yeah, you're right. It's not just not worked. It's completely failed.
Yeah, this has been it's laughable. Well, no, put this up there. I want you to put. Is this the worst transfer in Premier League history?
Can you throw some names to compare? Because I'm thinking it
Harry
is.
Maguire. Well, we may as well come to my club because we got a whole heap of them in our club. So, Harry Maguire. I'm going to say no because he didn't have that much expectation as much as Lukaku.
Yeah.
Paul Pogba. This is an interesting one. I feel like a lot of hype came with Paul Pogba. He was effectively the best midfielder in the world, I would say, when he came in.
Yeah, I suppose Pogba's up there.
I make an argument why it's not Pogba because I think Pogba came young. He did as well compared to Lukaku came in his prime. And I just think that listen, well, this is for another video. I just don't think Pogba was as big a flop as other people think they are. But that's a very controversial opinion because this guy gets disrespected a lot. So so Pogba's up there. Lukaku, in terms of big deal, Fernando Torres.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from.
He scored that goal at the Nou Camp. He scored that goal. Oh,
he's definitely, for me, I'm thinking off the top of my head, but he's definitely
I just realized
top three, I'd say.
If you clip that's going on the clip, by the way. I've just made a fucking orgasm noise.
I'm famous because of that, pretty much.
Let me think who else. I can't go too far back. No, I think Lukaku. Yeah,
I think he is because everything you're saying, like even the Pogba, as his age comes into it, stuff like that. This guy was signed for basically 100 million to score 30 goals or whatever.
Yeah,
and get them into the City and Liverpool section. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
If not even beat them. And he's done nothing of the kind. Nothing of the kind. They've actually gone back to relying on Werner.
Do you know what's funny? He started off quite well. Remember, he scored at the Emirates. He scored against you lot, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he's going to be a beast.
He went on a little run, and it was
he scored against Villa. I remember me, you, and Michael all watching the game, and he scored a bang. I was like, fuck, this guy's going to be a nuisance to the league. But do you know what? With the Lukaku, he thinks he's an NBA player or an NFL player. Mate, this guy's saying like dog and shit. It's like American slang like that. I don't know what. He was a tip. I think of Lukaku as a typical United player of the last 5 years. Ego overinflated compared to how good they actually are.
Yeah.
And he just, mate, this guy, I rate his mentality, but he genuinely thinks he's the best striker in the world. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which I rate it to a certain degree, but in another sense, you've got to have some self-awareness about it. And you think, mate, he's chasing his first touch all the time as well. He's just not a good football player. So for me, he's up there as for me, he is worst. Fuck this. For the clip, I'm saying it. He's the worst Premier League transfer of all time.
I think I'm going to agree. It's very bad. And he's literally, he's like begging Inter to buy him back. I don't even think they're actually that bothered about getting him back.
Just to bring in a few names that were twerking for him at the start of the season. Jake Kumi. So one sec, let's get this in here. I remember him reposting on Instagram Lukaku when he Lukaku done a famous thing where he was like Chelsea as a kid. He supported Didier Drogba. You know, that was his idol. He come back unfinished business. This was the resurrection. Proved the doubters wrong, and all the Chelsea fans were getting a hard on for it. And now all we can say is that they've definitely got a floppy penis now. And that's it. That's all I'm going to leave it on with Lukaku. A big floppy penis. That's what he's been. Yep. So, and yeah, so he's going to join Inter. Well, he's saying he's trying to join Inter. Yeah, he's trying to go back to Inter.
Yeah.
Apparently they bid €5 million loan fee, and Chelsea want 20 million, basically.
Yeah, that's. I don't even think they're that bothered about
2 year. Apparently it's like a 2-year loan, and they would sign him at the end. It's an installment deal of like 50 million in total or something.
Yeah, it's just all a disaster, isn't it?
Well, what do you think potentially? Because Dybala's going to Inter Milan, apparently.
Yeah, but I don't. That's what I mean. I don't think Inter are that bothered.
Like, you're thinking of like a front three of Dybala, Martinez, and Lukaku. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, like
potentially, yeah.
It would be insane. I think Dybala's being a bit of a pussy, not leaving the league, to be honest, as well. But I don't rate players that stay in the league like that as well. I wish they'd actually, venture outside of fucking Italian league. But
yeah, I get you. Yeah.
It is what it is. But we'll wrap it up here then. It will definitely be about an hour or so, this one.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Whoa.
What's wrong now? You always go.
It's like at the tip of your tongue. It's like a tip of your tongue.
Because in these videos, they're meant to be shorter. We're supposed to wrap it up. And there's you going, right, let's wrap it up for half an hour.
Just wait. I'm just saying,
half an hour to talk
this
about
is going to be a weekly segment that we'll do. So just get used to it. Finally, content's coming out. You better be putting this out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And we got other videos locked up. We recorded another video last week as well that we will release after this one.
Yep, we'll get the latest transfers out.
And that is, can we just quickly do a little preview? That is basically, we were debating the greatest teams of our generation. That's the video. Yeah. We literally done a top 10 list. This was Chaz, how long was the video? It was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so that's
2.5. This was it was a good one though. Good one.
Serious debate.
Fuck it. You can sign out now. Go on.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
See you soon.
Please.
Yeah, please. We've been stuck with me for a fucking minute now. Yeah. So yeah, fuck it. Anyway.
Peace.